Wow. At the ripe old age of 37, I thought I had seen it all, but I've never seen participation like that. Thank you. Now, can everyone here that either was a mentor coach, was a young leadership board member, or was a fellow, or is, stand up? Can I get a round of applause? Thank you for everything you do. You inspire us all. I also want you to stand up because the reason there is that energy, the reason there's that passion, the reason there are all those numbers up in the air are because of that participation. Right? I've always judged organizations, particularly nonprofits, by alumni participation. Do they come back? Do they appreciate what happened? Do they want to give back to the organization? And so I think that's a great signal that America Needs You works. Can I also get a big round of applause for the wonderful staff who work so hard to build this infrastructure. Now, earlier this evening, I was talking with a fellow who is now a mentor coach, and then a mentor coach who is now a young leadership board member. And I was speaking to a young leadership board member who is now on the board. And I got to tell you, this has gotten way out of control. The original idea was, let's get 10 people together, on average 29, raise our best efforts, $10,000 each, best efforts, and just trying to come in, we'll do this together, and let's hire someone for around $60,000 to be our first executive director. Instead, we ended up hiring someone for around $130,000 over budget, and we had to raise more money, and then those 10 board members hired or inspired, it was 20 young leadership board members. And those 20 young leadership board members were able to motivate 20 mentor coaches that then became 50 mentor coaches, which then interviewed for 50 first class of fellows, where of those 50, we actually had over 150 that were being interviewed. And I say all that because I want to give you a sense of how this came to be. It was a very organic process. We just wanted to mentor people every other Saturday for a couple hours. It then became every other Saturday over a 2-year period, 8-hour blocks, where we were debating what resume should we base it off of. Should it be the Harvard resume, the Stanford resume, the Wharton, the Columbia, Wharton one, and in every level of debates around the curriculum, and there was so much passion and enthusiasm. And the inspiration for all of this is reflected in our next honoree in 2 different ways. One, this founding group of these 10 board members all had individuals who gave one-on-one support when they didn't have to. These are all busy people with careers, with families, that gave one-on-one support, mentorship, advice to all of us. And Kimberly Hatchett is someone who's very busy and has chosen consistently over the course of the years that I've known her, well over 10, to give support, advice, and mentorship to my friends, even my wife when she was in business school. Secondly, this group had institutional support. So all of us went through nonprofits as a student, and they gave us career development, college support, advice, and Kimberly Hatchett has been for over 15 years on the board of organizations like iMentor, which help high school students get into college, like we help college students get into career. She has been on the board of organizations like the New York Police Foundation, Mount Sinai, and many others. And so I'm very thankful for her inspiration. I'm thankful for her and for Morgan Stanley for continued support, emotional, financial, structural, giving us your space to have these events. Space isn't free, it's not easy. And you gave that to us, so we appreciate that consistently over the course of our time. Kimberly, she is positive, she is funny and witty and smart, charismatic. And with that, I'm very pleased to introduce our next and last honoree for this evening, Kimberly Hatchett.